So Penny's on a walk, like on a leash, because she might eat stuff. Yeah, she's known to get into stuff. I can't say that. The dachshunds are nosy, so she's the one on a leash. I might be a little crooked. I feel like I'm known for that at this point, but happy Vlogtober episode 2. Things are slippery. But yeah, we're doing a mystical morning at like 2 in the afternoon because I have a migraine. It feels like it's on its way out. Like now, like this was when I felt like, okay, I can get out of bed and film this. Okay, I just did my skincare and sometimes like hair will stick to my face, but yeah, I had a headache like when I came in yesterday from reading outside. I probably didn't drink enough water for how much I was sweating. Gross, but and then I stared at a screen for like a whole baseball game. So I don't think I'm gonna get a short story read today because it's 2:18 and I have to walk Penny after I film this, and I just don't think I'll get in before 2:30. But we're gonna go over my mystical morning, and I totally forgot I wanted to take notes before I did this, so I'm very like scatterbrained today. But as I said, like I had lunch, but I was kind of nauseous, but nothing ever happened, so you know that's a good thing. I am going to, okay, I'm gonna pause and take notes and then come back. I will talk about the dream that I had last night. So it was like in the third person where it wasn't me, but like somebody was giving birth, and it wasn't like, I had been reading about that, the girl at the University of Kentucky who, you know, all this happened to. So we're just gonna look up birth and see if that means anything according to the Dream Encyclopedia. First, this image expresses actual birth, maybe your own, that of your children or others. Wishes, fears, pain, and the joy of becoming a human being may be expressed here, as well as the dreamer's interaction with his or her children. In addition, the beginning of a generally promising creative time. That's really nice. Creating something new. Complete state of happiness and clarity. On the other hand, often a longing for rebirth and the sense of personal changes. This image also appears frequently just before or just after having started a new project. Occasionally, it also may express a resistance to letting go of the old, to maturity and completion. With the symbol, the question is, what do you want to do with your life and where do your desires lead you? So that is intriguing. Next, we can talk about the cards I drew yesterday, and with the Child of Boons, it mentioned distraction, and definitely like I just had so much thrown on me in the evening where I was just so much going on that I couldn't focus, and I think that might have been hinting at that. But let's see what cards I draw today. Okay, we need to do it like this. I did look up some ways I might expand on how I've been drawing cards, because again, I'm telling y'all, I am just getting used to doing this. I'm learning, and I want to just, you know, keep ascending. So let's see, what do I need to know about the rest of my day today? Okay, I feel like I'm really drawn to this one right here, which is the Moonlight, or XV3, I don't remember, is that 15? But this card we have, and it was in reverse. It's in the reverse. We have these like bunnies, and they're looking, it looks like a reflection of the moon, because moonlight, so that makes sense. We're gonna see what this card means. The Moonlight card does translate to the moon, and dropping it. Okay, in the reverse manner, this means release of fear, unhappiness, and confusion. A release of fear is really good. Just releasing that, getting rid of it. We don't need it in our life. So I'm gonna experience unhappiness. So maybe it's something that I don't realize that I need to release from my life. Also with confusion, I think once you release that, you're like, okay, what do I do now? I'm confused. That's what I'm picking up on. But we need to know, what parts of my life am I going to have this unhappiness, this confusion? Which part of my life am I releasing this fear from? So we're gonna go over here, draw a card, and we have the 3 of Challenges. So this is the 3 of Swords reverse. So we have this like, is he their dad and just abandoning the kids? Oh my gosh. And he's crying, so he's upset about it. Let's see what's going on here. The Three of Swords reverse means negative self-talk, releasing pain, optimism, and forgiveness. So we are putting these two cards together. What do they mean when you draw these cards together? So as I said, with this one, we are releasing fear. There's unhappiness, there's confusion. And I asked, in what manner, what part of my life am I to see this in? It says negative self-talk. Yeah, we can be bad about that. Releasing pain. So another one, releasing, and y'all know I've had a migraine, so we're releasing that pain. So optimism and forgiveness. So that is good. We're gonna have optimism and we're gonna forgive. So maybe forgiving ourselves for the self-talk, forgiving ourselves for that unhappiness, that confusion that we have experienced, and just moving on. That is what I'm picking up from this. I don't know if that's right or whatever, because I am still learning, but I do think everything is open for interpretations. Penny's up. Hopefully she hasn't gone to the bathroom inside. So, because she's like, come on, I need to go on my walk. So I need to go over my thoughts from the Reformatory for the day. I read 100 pages, so I'm reading about 15% of the book a day. So I think I'll finish in about 4 days. It's the 2nd right now, so I should finish on the 8th, give or take, because you never know what might happen. I don't want to be like, I'm gonna finish on this day and not. So let's go over the notes. I don't have that many notes today from the book. I don't. So we started on chapter 9, and if this was how he can see ghosts and everything, that was my favorite kind of story when I was the age that reads middle grade, let's say from the ages of 8 to 12. I loved those kind of ghost stories of children who are able to see ghosts. And I mean, obviously, if you're 8 to 12, which you shouldn't be watching this video, if you are, don't pick this up, because it's a lot darker than that. But if this was a middle grade book, I would eat it up. And I'm still really enjoying this. So I guess some things just go with us. So at first I needed a reminder who Cleo is, but I think he is this guy who kind of bullied, attacked, what's his name? Robert. I think that's who that was. In chapter 10, we have this sentence. It says, the world ain't just what you see. And that's on page 104. And it says it's just what the white men want you to see. And that's not verbatim, but that has been a huge theme for my reading in this past quarter of the year, is that history is not as it seems. That is the surface level. You have to dig in deeper, and it is a whole bigger thing that will leave you mind blown. So we're still seeing that theme as we go into this book, even though I wouldn't say it's a major theme or anything. But one of them is the dark and light in the world, and just seeing that. I have page 132 marked, so I'm going to go to that page and see exactly what quote I have here. Robert collected the torn card and threw it into the dented gray metal trash can on his way out the door. He didn't hang close enough to Red, Bone, and Blue for anyone to notice, but he never stayed far in the stream of boys he did not know. Robert had fallen into a dark tunnel, and his new friends were the only light. So that goes into how we were saying the good times, the bad times. God blinks. This was in yesterday's vlog where I talked about that. So we're seeing that he's in this dark tunnel, but there is a light, and that is friendship. So again, playing with good, bad, dark, and light, that kind of thing. So the funhouse is this place where you do not want to be sent. Everybody's don't talk about it. You don't want to talk it into existence. We don't talk about the funhouse. And we are seeing this older boy who is getting dragged almost, forced into the funhouse, and just hearing his reactions, his screaming, his swearing, his cursing, And I'm how can these people let that happen? And we have another instance where Miss Lottie is telling Gloria, she's people go there and they change. They get a bad spirit in them. It's not a good place to be. And then there's Redbone or Blue. They tell Robert, they're nobody's nice forever. People can snap, people can turn, and that's something that we're seeing here, where if you start working at this place, you turn who you are as a person. I wouldn't straight up say it's possession. It might be, I don't know, but it's very just interesting to see how this place is shaping the people who work there, because I'm like, how can you be okay dragging this young man into this place forcibly when he's having this such a visceral reaction? It was just so awful. And that goes into my next point, that this was just so hard to read, the abuse and torture that these young men are going through. And I'm just like, how, like, it's really bad. But then we're introduced to Miss Hamilton, who is a teacher, kind of like a specialist teacher, I would say. Yeah, I would say a teacher. And I'm just like, please, Miss Hamilton, please be a light for these students. Please don't turn bad like everybody else. And that's what Redbone tells Robert. He's like, don't get your hopes up. She can turn just like everybody else has. And I'm like, please don't, because I loved her and I loved this scene. It was just so, I don't want to say wholesome, but beautiful, kind of. But yeah, I'm at 30 something percent. I forget exactly what percent. I might even be at 33, which is a third of the book. But that's all for that. I will get to read in the Pumpkin Spice Cafe today. What a twist, you know, from this to that. But we will talk more about that book later. I need to get the dogs in, have dinner, yeah, that kind of stuff. I have the ASMR video uploading right now on my ASMR channel. That's what the laptop's there for. I finished putting my notes into Fable because I literally got like halfway, and then I was like, okay, like I thought I was done, but no, I wasn't. So I put the rest of those in there. But I do want to tell y'all what the Pumpkin Spice Cafe is about. This is by Lori Gilmore. I will be reading it on the Kindle because it is available on Kindle Unlimited, and I want to, you know, use these subscriptions that I have. But let's see what this book is about. Also, I'm getting it naked because it's spicy, but no, I'm just showing y'all. That's what it looks like. And these are the end pages, and just, it smells so good. But that's what that looks like. And then this, we're gonna read the description together. I've heard such mixed things on this series, on this book. We're gonna see for myself what it's about, because I've really just been wanting a fall romance book. A small town spicy romance. When Jeannie's aunt gifts her the beloved Pumpkin Spice Cafe in the small town of Dream Harbor, Jeannie jumps at the chance for a fresh start away from her very dual desk job. Logan is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbor's gossip at all costs. Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine, and he wants nothing to do with the irritatingly upbeat new girl, except that he finds himself inexplicably drawn to her. Will Jeannie's happy-go-lucky attitude win over the grumpy but gorgeous Logan, or has the city girl found that one person in town won't fall for her charm or her pumpkin spice lattes? With this, the tropes, I would say, we have the small town romance, we have grumpy sunshine, golden retriever, black cat, whatever you want to call it, but grumpy sunshine's what I'm going to go with. That's what we're dealing with. And Dream Harbor, I think that's kind of a funny name for a town. That I only saw about Fantasy Harbor, and I don't know, I think it's technically Conway. I'm like, that sounds like where like dirty places would be. But like that would be the name of a place in a romance series. Fantasy Harbor. We had Dream Harbor here. So we're gonna be reading my Kindle, which is back there. That's my Kindle over there. Gotta get it downloaded and all of that, but we're gonna give this a go. I got to 11% in here, which is 31 pages read, 3 chapters read. And yeah, this is Hallmark movie vibes. Cute, ditzy, that's like describing our main character. And then our Logan, the farmer, he's kind of just side-eyeing her, but it's cute. So yes, those are my thoughts so far at 10%, but I'm going to be ending the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope y'all had a happy October 2nd. If you made it through this whole video, leave a pumpkin emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!